welcome back, everybody, to the April 2016 edition of Keeping It Real. I'm your host, Dennis Aloya, and I have with me tonight Mr. Brian T. Shirley. Hello, Brian.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing?
Good, good. Brian's my guest for the next 30 minutes of this extravaganza, and we got a lot to talk about, folks. It's been a couple of months since I did this show, so I'm going to catch you up on some things. But, Brian, I want to thank you for coming, and you are in town for a particular reason, right?
Yes. Well, I added this show when I found out I was doing the Huntsville Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, when Friday. Found out I was doing that and called Dennis up and said, hey, you know, are you doing a show that week? And sure enough, you were. And let me just say something real quick, folks, about this gentleman and his son, who, by the way, shout out to Johnny Van Zant. Thanks for hitting Mike's car. Long story, folks. That'll be on his other show. Anyway, they are you and your son Mike have been an inspiration to me. I got to tell you that much. Wow. Yeah, Mike has a article that he writes every week called not Keeping It Real.
That's
the show. Yeah. Called Walking the Turtle. Walk the Turtle. And Walk the Turtle is kind of how to slow down, enjoy life. There's a lot of inspiration in that. Reflection and everything. Right. And because of his article, Walk the Turtle, I've read it a lot. It's inspired me. And I am going to write my own, because it's in No Strings Attached E-News magazine.
Yeah, we're covered by them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in there. You can read it every week, folks. I'm going to start my own, but it's going to be the opposite of Walk the Turtle. I'm going to do a lot of cocaine and call mine Run the Chicken. So I can't wait to get started on that. It's going to be expensive, and I'll probably be doing it hourly in about a month.
Run the chicken.
Run the chicken.
I've heard of choke the chicken, but never run the chicken.
This is a different article.
Choke the chicken. That was my generation.
It's going to tell you how to. It's going to tell you how to speed up and just enjoy life real quickly. And the other thing is keeping it real, you know.
Yeah.
That's been an inspiration
I'm an inspiration to you.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
So I'm going to do my own show called Making It False.
Making It False.
Yes. And I have another show, Al, that I'm going to need you to help me out with this one when I come in. Folks, he's got a great show, Stirring the Pot.
Yes, excellent show.
Where you take the conservative side, liberal side, put all of it together right there on this very stage.
Stir the pot.
Stir the pot.
Overflow the pot.
Overflow the pot. So, because of that, and what they do, ladies and gentlemen, is they discuss the political things that are going on in our country these days, you know, all these political subjects and everything.
Right.
I am going to do a show similar to that. Mm-hmm. See, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm not going to talk about politics directly. I'm going to talk about shows that talk about politics, kind of like your show and every other show, and I'm going to call it Oil in the Pan.
Oil in the pan.
Right, so it's going to be a little bit different than yours.
It's stirring the pot twice removed.
Well, it's actually before you even get the stuff in the pot.
If I can count right, I think this is your third appearance on my show.
Yeah, it is.
And quite possibly your last.
I am a smartass.
I had no clue he was going to open up like this, folks. But, boy, I'm surprised as you are. But I'm very impressed that we inspired you so much. Start your own TV show, your own, book and
I don't know, but
column.
I'll just turn the light on. Look, the sun.
Yeah, the sun. You might get a little growth there, you know, if you keep pointing downward.
Well, either that or skin will fall off. One
of the two.
I won't look bald anymore. Like a skeleton head. So anyway, I'm doing the thing in Huntsville this week, but we've got a show that we're going to be doing. Folks, I don't know if you realize this, but me and Dennis actually do a show together called
We're a team. Yeah.
We do the Comedy, Magic, and Improv Extravaganza. And what it is we switch it up. Sometimes I'll go up first, sometimes you'll go up first. Yep. I'll do my stand-up. He'll do his comedy and magic and mix that together.
Right.
And then we both go on stage and do some improv. We got a couple of improv games we play. We might be adding some more. We're talking about that third one. And one of them is called You're the Jury. And it's a lot of fun. It goes on crowd participation a lot, because what you have to do is basically you write the script. You write down some crazy sentences or statements on pieces of paper, and I do my fine Southern gentleman like that.
He looks like the epitome of a Southern lawyer that you wouldn't trust with a nickel.
Right. Exactly.
He wears a seersucker suit.
I got the seersucker suit,
with
the wig,
stripes,
and everything.
The wig, the hat. You look absolutely suspicious.
Yes, and I'm the defense attorney, and he plays the prosecution.
prosecutor, yeah.
And we get either Dan Glazer, who's on here, Comics on Parole, or we can grip somebody out of the audience, whatever.
Yeah.
And but we do have a they are the defendant.
Well, see, that's the secret to our success. Audience participation. Audience interaction.
You write the script, and it's a lot of fun to do, man. And I got to tell you, every time I've done it, and I've done it with you a couple of times, and I've done it with Shirley and Sheridan show. We did it there with Lance, and we did it in Savannah. Every time, it's just killed. I mean, it's just people love it.
And we've got some other ideas about some other little skits to bring the audience into our act more and more, and I think people love their 5 minutes of fame,
Well, I think the other part of it is with this show, folks, and we can bring it to country clubs, conventions. If you got a business and you're trying to do a party for your employees and you're trying to think of something different, trust me,
and it's G-rated.
It's G-rated. We can do it Well, we can make it R-rated.
We could, yeah.
We can do it anyway. We can run the game. Generally, it's G-rated. And of course, if they send us up something nasty, we can always clean it up. So
here's an idea: we should get some audience feedback on this one.
Okay.
About the show that Carson used to do years ago.
Right. If there's anybody old enough to remember.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember that, and I loved it because it caught people unawares. And what he would do was, of course, we don't have a camera at our show like we're on TV live like he was, but it was based upon an afternoon soap opera.
Yeah.
And he entitled it The Edge of Wetness. It was hysterically funny. And he had a script. And when the right time came to insert a person and their profession in a small town atmosphere, he would insert that person's name and their profession, and all of a sudden the camera would catch this person off guard, and they'd use somebody out of the studio audience to be the bad attorney, the Dr. Painless, the woman that cheats, whatever. It just made it so hysterically funny. I'd love to do something like that.
So we've got a great formula, and we're adding stuff. I think that's a good idea. So folks, just check us out. You go to harmonybooking.com if you want to book us, or my personal email, Brian T. Shirley at AOL.com, and you can check us out. And we're going to be putting together some promotional videos and stuff to further explain all of this. That way you know exactly what we're about. But it's a great show, and it's different.
You get a big bang for your buck because it's 2 headliners.
2 hours.
One show, 2 hour show.
Yep. 2 headliners, 2 hours, and a lot of bang for your buck, like you said. And we also have an MC that we bring sometimes, Dan.
Yes.
We'll bring in, too. So
it's
comedy, magic, and improv.
And Dan's a pretty good commission.
Well,
we pay him on commission. I'm sorry, I had a Freudian slip there.
Because it's only 5%, so that is a good commission. Hey, you know what we should do now? We should show
the cheap and Dan.
I don't know if you folks know this, but we're in a movie, and I'm not kidding. We're in an animated film. Yeah,
that's right.
Did you do your?
No, I didn't do my script
anyway. We're in an animated film called Professor Gravitron Saves the Universe, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you one of the first trailers from that film. I just talked to Bruce, by the way. He's put together another one, but this is one of the preliminary ones right here, and we'll be right back. Oh, it's your show.
Well, Captain Shirley, have a seat.
What's this about, Admiral?
Captain, I am handing this down to you straight from the chair buffers in Washington.
Wow, this looks really important. So what is this about, Admiral? Are we silencing someone or something?
Well, I guess you could say something.
Stellar compass?
An unidentified flying object crashed on a ranch northwest of Roswell, New Mexico, sometime during the first week of July 1947. In the debris was found a capsule holding the body of an alien being. The being was taken to Area 51, the government placed a hush sanction on the facility. They revived this alien being and somehow developed a way to communicate with it. Once the alien learned our language, the government forced it to teach them its technology. But the alien outsmarted the government while working on this project.
I'm almost afraid to ask who was in the straitjacket. He looks very familiar from the back.
Yeah, that's Professor Gravitron in the straitjacket. I'll tell you a little bit because obviously I've read the whole script. I did all my voiceover work already. I'm done. So basically, what my role is that you can see I'm a military officer, and I've got to get Professor Gravitron out of the nut house to go and assemble this.
How appropriate.
Yeah, and assemble this team. And Dan Glazer's on the team, and Chris Massey,
so funny.
and so I assemble these guys, and we go and fight the aliens. Of course, Professor Gravitron goes into space and does his stuff, and then Vanessa is who's on here also.
Yeah,
DJ,
she has a show with us.
DJ Hunley. Oh no, wait a minute, it's not DJ Hunley. What is it? It's
Vanessa Hundley,
Vanessa Hunley.
the beautiful DJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is actually in space.
Audio Prism.
Audio Prism.
That's
She's
right.
in space fighting the aliens. It's crazy. It is going to be a crazy show.
See, folks, when you sign up to do a show on this network, you may be drafted into being somebody that fights aliens. You just never know.
You don't know. And,
It's a crapshoot, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. So you need to contact us to get your own show, and you can be part of this magnificent, unusual network.
right.
Speaking of unusual, you have a radio show you do, don't you?
Yes. Before we get to that,
Yeah.
I am on the network also. I'm BTS on the road. I show you what it's like to be a comedian on the road. I'm shooting, as a matter of fact,
right.
this week. And I'm on this network every Saturday at 8 p.m. So if you want to see what it's like to be a stand-up comedian or really just an entertainer, because I'm actually going outside of the comedy thing now, and I'm shooting some of the DJ work I've been doing. But I show you everything, the places we stay, the drives, even when bad stuff happens. I lost my car one episode and had to buy a new one.
I'd like to watch that one.
Yeah, and one time we didn't get paid, so I had to run down. You see us running down the guy to get the money. Yeah.
Is that carried on the No Strings Attached E-News network?
That's right. It's on there too. It's on No Strings Attached
Yeah.
E-News magazine as well. And thanks to Tamara, she is such a great, the editor-in-chief, Tamara
And so
McClure.
is Beatrice. I had the opportunity to talk with her a couple
Yeah.
of weeks ago. Both of them, really.
And you're going to Chicago.
I am going to Chicago.
See,
I have a corporate event to do in September, and I'm going to meet with Beatrice and have an evening out, a little coffee, a little conversation. I'm really looking forward to it. And I may have a reason to go to L.A. sometime and meet her partner out there, Tamara. So
Yeah.
I also spoke with her.
Who's an actress. She's in a play right now, as
Yeah.
a matter of fact. You're stirring the pot.
Yeah.
You've 2 episodes in, you're already in No Strings Attached.
I know
E-News,
it. I know it. And they're
magazine.
getting 12,000 hits a month.
Yeah. Check it out
amazing.
online. It's No Strings Attached
Dash
E-News magazine.
Magazine. We're
Well,
gonna,
you don't have to put the magazine in there, but
yeah.
No Strings Attached E-News and articles, videos. I've sent her some movie trailers. Of course, she picks up her
Yeah.
own too. So and these are independent films. Usually, is what they're trying to.
You know what
to
blows
help
me
out.
away? They have just celebrated their first anniversary last week, sorry.
Yeah.
1 year in business. And if you go to their website, No Strings Attached Dash
Dash
E-News,
E-News, yeah.
it is magnificent what
It's
they've
beautiful.
done. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
It's-
high
it's-
class. It's
yeah.
first class all the way. They did a great job.
2 things I do want to bring up too, Dennis. Number one, not only was I fortunate to be in this, which I think is going to be a fun thing, the Professor Gravitron. I really think it's going
Yeah,
to be a fun.
yeah.
I've read the script. It's
This-
got
you-
some really funny parts.
Do you
I
think
don't
you
want to
could
get
rival Star Wars, maybe?
anyway, but it's gonna be fun. A movie premiered 2 days ago in Madison, I think it was Madison, Wisconsin, and it was called Inside Ben, and I was fortunate to also do some voiceover work for that. It's a feature film, and it's going to be hopefully in a bunch of film festivals all around the United
Great.
States.
What's the plot?
It's about, I don't know a lot about it because I wasn't given this, only was given my parts.
Right.
But I've interviewed the filmmaker Amaru, who's a good friend of mine. We've done comedy together and everything, and I did some voiceover work for his award-winning series USE Ultimate Social Experiment.
Oh, great.
And this movie is about agoraphobia. It's about a man that has agoraphobia, which is a fear of getting, he don't want to leave his apartment. And but then there's some other stuff going on, which to be honest with you, I don't really know. I just know that basically his fear of agoraphobia is not the only thing he has to worry about. That's kind of the subtext of the movie. So, and I've seen the trailer, and I really can't describe it. It just looks eerie. I mean, it's a psychological thriller.
Yeah. Years ago, I owed some unsavory people a little bit of money, and I had agoraphobia.
I think that's mobophobia.
Mobophobia, yes. I did live in Chicago, and that was an everyday part of life. But they passed away suddenly, and by unusual means.
Lead poisoning?
Lead poisoning, yes, and my debt was immediately forgiven. But that's a whole other story. In fact, that could be a series.
It could be.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, man, for you guys at American Hearts Radio here, and just personally and professionally, this has been one hell of a year so far.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of films coming out. With you guys, I got one film, and now I just found out, too, across my fingers, that in June I'll be in a magazine called Life Lessons, and I'm one of it's a guy named Jermaine Moody, and he has his 25 most inspirational people that you should meet in 2016, and I'm one of them. I'm going to be in this magazine.
That's good. What's the circulation?
I don't know. I think,
2 or 3?
Oh.
I don't mean to belittle you.
No, it's a new magazine.
You told me I was your inspiration, so I just wanted to say inspirational things to you.
I have no information on that. I know this is going to be the 3rd or 4th edition. It's print edition of it. It's been online, but I don't know how many print
That's
things
okay. We got people out there with more than a 3rd grade education. They can read.
So,
by the way, while I'm thinking about it, for you folks locally, you're going to get a opportunity of a lifetime on May the 7th, Saturday night, at 8:30 p.m. to see me and Brian Shirley in person, live, with our Comedy and Magic Extravaganza at the Lake Arrowhead Golf and Country Club Resort in Waleska, Georgia. And tickets are $21. That includes dinner. It's going to be a fantastic 2-hour show with a fantastic dinner. And we're really looking forward to performing for the folks at Lake Arrowhead. I don't have their number in front of me, but you can Google it and give them a call. Get your reservations early. They expect to sell out. Brian and me did a show at another golf community called Bridge Mill last November. We sold it out, yep. And I have since then very truly had people asking me when we're going to be doing another show together and where.
Yeah.
So this is another opportunity for the folks that missed us the first time to come out and see us and bring their friends.
We'll be here, folks. That's on Saturday, the May 7th.
Yeah.
And we can tie in your venue with it. If you've got a venue, we can tie in that Thursday or Friday, or hell, I'll come to town early and do Tuesday or Wednesday. It doesn't matter to me.
Sure, we're open to other events.
When we're in town like this and we're doing these shows and we have nights off, we like to tie in other stuff around the Atlanta area. It's a big area. There's bukus of people here to come and see.
Now, you drove in from Charleston today,
I drove in from Charleston today, and I used to live here. I've been in Charleston about 25 years or so, and the one thing, though, that's very disappointing to me, folks, is I can't believe that we lost our professional baseball team here. I mean, it's
in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's really sad.
They did check out, haven't they?
Well,
they haven't won a game yet.
No.
So I guess
Al's looking at us like,
we've lost
what?
the team. I don't know. We're already what?
No, I thought they're back
week
down
into the season.
Didn't they
10 days?
draft them down to minors now?
They did. They're using.
Just kidding. I'm a lifelong Braves fan, and
you?
I was so irritated towards the end of last year when they were selling off all our guys. And Freddie Freeman, God bless him, man. I mean, what do you got to be thinking? He's got to be sitting there going, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute, guys. Hey, guys. And then all of a sudden, these guys come in and they're riding bikes. Wait, you ain't got a car? Well, I'm not old enough to drive yet. Oh, okay.
They're building for the future, folks.
I'm playing third base. Oh, good.
Yeah, let's not forget that they've got to get a winning
They're building for the future. So when I'm your age,
Yeah,
maybe we'll
that's
have
right.
a professional team.
When you're 97, you might be in the playoffs. Actually, they're going to be opening a brand new stadium here in
It's
Atlanta
17.
for the 2017
Yeah.
season, and the cost overrun is tremendous. So they've absolutely got
Is
to
it?
cut players in order to pay for that. So I guess they're
That's
going
beautiful.
to field a minor
guess
league
so.
team out there.
Well, I'm bringing my glove next time, just in case.
You're going to try out.
Well, no, I won't. They got my number.
I'll tell you, and I remember this distinctly because I'll always remember that face of the man that said this to me, actually yelled it from the dugout to me. The last time I ever played organized sports was with a baseball team called the Buck Rabbits. I know you've never heard of them, but it's true. And I got up to the plate, and my coach yelled at me, "Suck in your belly, otherwise they can't see the strike zone." And that was my last
Wow.
experience at organized baseball. I
Well,
was so embarrassed.
Hey, you might get another one soon, the way things are going here. So keep your bat and balls
The
and
Buck
gloves.
Rabbits.
I wonder if they're making them bring their own balls to the game now.
There's a joke there somewhere, Brian. I know. I just sensed that. My comedic timing just took over.
Oh, my God. Watch
Wonder
out.
if they bring their own balls. Yes, I think they did.
Just as long as it ain't four of them. That's
We're
when
just warming up for May the 7th,
right.
folks.
Yeah, that's when you get into Professor Gravitron when they bring four balls.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go ahead. It's your turn.
so like I
You've been
said,
trying to hijack my show all night
Yeah.
anyway. Go ahead.
well,
Talk all you want.
You
I
told
don't
me
care.
you wanted me to get a show on y'all's network, so I figure I'll take this one over since I'm here. A lot less driving.
Yeah,
back and
that's
forth.
right.
So
See how much I inspired them, folks? He's
Oh, yeah.
hijacking my show.
this is
Live, on TV, right here. You're watching it. As it happens.
well, and I do got a shout out to Mike and Bruce, and they probably aggravated it because I call, they never call me back, but I call and they're busy. These supposed to be, but they've done a hell of a job, folks.
They really have.
Putting together
They're
this
amazing
network
geniuses.
and continuing to do it. And
Yes.
they're busy. They're real big busy. I had artist Meg Scott ask me, the other day. She was like, I said, just settle down, just relax. I said, if I call Bruce and Mike and I don't hear from them for a week, that's normal. That's how busy they are.
Meg Scott, I remember. I know that.
Y'all
name.
have, I think, she donated a lot of artwork to.
Oh yes,
some of the
the
things.
portrait painter in
Yes.
Texas.
Right,
Yes,
exactly.
excellent work. Hi Meg, in case you're watching out there, I've got one of your paintings hanging in my office.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's actually Lady Liberty,
Oh, okay.
Statue of Liberty with the little thing there.
Yes, she did. My dad painted my dad portrait. He's got a couple of those in
No
his
kidding.
hallway, and then my stepmother, my mother's got two paintings at her house, and then my stepmother's from New York, so Meg painted one of the skyline of New York, so I gave that, and she loved it. You
Great.
can see the Empire State Building.
She actually donated several paintings to our network, and
Yeah.
the boys, as I call them, my son Mike and Bruce, his producer, took the paintings down to the
Shriners, wasn't it?
Shriners Hospital in
Yeah.
Tampa and donated them.
Yeah.
Very,
And
very
I
nice gesture.
I donated some to my church. We're trying to get pews for the new sanctuary that we're building, so they already auctioned them off. I got to bring them more,
Fantastic.
and I got plenty.
And speaking of that, our network does some charitable work occasionally, and they did some charitable work through their local American Legion post down in Jacksonville, Florida, several months ago to raise money for a family with a very sick child. And
I remember that,
believe that they auctioned off a couple of Meg's paintings.
Yes, you did, and I do remember that video. I watched
Yeah.
that one too. Before though we leave, can I give them my information so they know where to get in touch with me?
Not unless you go through me.
Okay.
All right. 'Cause
Well,
it is
I'll
my
tell
show.
you, and you tell them.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Mr.
Anyway.
Inspiration gives you his blessing.
Anyway, if you want to check out anything, just go to briantshirley.webs.com, or you can just stick my name in your Google. I Google myself all
I'd
the
like
time.
to stick your name in my Google.
That doesn't.
I may
sound-
do that when I get
this,
home.
This could be an X-rated show, just about. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. All right, that's it. I can't wipe that out of my brain.
Can't wipe that vision out of your head. It's a way to end the show. I'm going to stick your name in my Google.
Put your Google my...
On that happy note, folks, I think we'll take a break until next month if we're still allowed to become an entity on the
Just
airwaves.
Google my name, Brian
Just
T.
Google
Shirley,
your name.
and boom, everything will pop
Everything will
up.
pop up.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
that doesn't sound good either. Anyway.
No laughing on the set, Al. This is serious stuff. All right, folks.
Yeah.
Until next month.
That's improv.
That's improv. We'll be back next month, I hope, in May. Thank you for watching our extravaganza tonight. We look forward to maybe entertaining you live sometime, somewhere, somehow.
Yep. Give us a call.
Until then, please keep watching American Hearts Radio and Television Network. Thank you. See you next time.